We have received yet another blow in the world of nerd culture. What's up, Warlord Squad? My name is Anime Warlord, and welcome back to the channel. As many of you have heard by now, the mangaka for the Dragon Ball series, Akira Toriyama, has passed away. Now, when I was just a wee little lad, there were a few anime that actually inspired me. Those animes were Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, and Dragon Ball Z. Those were my big three growing up, and they will always have a special place in my heart. I unfortunately never completed all of Dragon Ball. I was just basically watching episodes here and there, but at some point or another in my life, I do want to complete all of Dragon Ball Z, etc., etc., etc. I would always feel so excited to just wake up in the morning before I would go to school, have myself a big-ass bowl of cereal, and watch me some Dragon Ball Z before the bus arrived. Those were some core memories that I will never forget in regards of Dragon Ball Z. Another core memory I'll never forget was just basically pretending to power up into Super Saiyan with my friends, because let's be for real here, we all did that at some point or another. And that was one of many things that just made Akira Toriyama very special, because he inspired us to use the power of our minds, use the power of our imaginations, and he also wrote amazing characters that we can all look up to and we still talk about all these years later. And back in that day, I'm pretty sure when we were all kids, we all looked up to superheroes. Hell, to this day, as an adult, I still look up to superheroes. I mean, yeah, like superheroes nowadays that are coming out of the comic book industry are a little bit jank, but I'm referring to the old school heroes, man. And Goku was one of two superheroes that I looked up to the most as a kid. My top two superheroes that I looked up to the most when I was a kid growing up were Goku and Spider-Man, because when I was a kid, I was severely bullied a lot, and I just basically found escapism and inspiration from those two characters, Goku and Spider-Man. And to this very day, as an adult, I still find inspiration from Goku and Spider-Man. I mean, hell, Goku's sitting right next to me because we're paying tribute to an absolute legend. And whenever it comes to detail, whenever it comes to Akira Toriyama's mangas, I mean, look at that. That's just beautiful. Page for page, panel for panel, beautiful. It just really sticks out to you. That's how crisp Dragon Ball Z was. You feel the action. You feel for the characters. You can imagine yourself right there during the fight, and you can even feel the impact whenever the characters get punched or kicked. I now have 3 manga in my growing manga library written by late mangakas: Kentaro Miura, Akira Toriyama, and Kazuki Takahashi. And while I don't have many Dragon Ball Z games, but I do have some, here are the ones that I have in my collection. I have the original Dragon Ball Z arcade game, just simply titled Dragon Ball Z. I have Dragon Ball Z 2 Super Battle. I have a French Dragon Ball Z game called Dragon Ball Z L'Appel du Destin. Hope I said that right. Dragon Ball Z Hyper Dimension. Dragon Ball Z Super Butoden. Dragon Ball Z Super Butoden 2. Dragon Ball Z Butoden 3. And finally, it's Dragon Ball. It's a ROM hack beat 'em up that has Street Fighter sounds. Now, before this video ends, I have a few more things I want to say. The first is, Akira Toriyama, thank you so much for everything. Thank you for your stories. Thank you for your characters. Thank you for the entertainment that you've given us. But most importantly, thank you for being you. Akira Toriyama definitely looked like one of the most friendliest guys you can ever hope to meet. The second thing that I want to say is that my condolences goes out to Akira Toriyama's family, his friends, and all of those who knew him the best, and even the mangakas that he inspired. My condolences also goes out to them as well. And finally, the third thing I want to say is this: hold on tight to anything that you own that has to do with Dragon Ball, Dr. Slump, or anything that he's created. Hold on to those things good and tight. Hold on tight to those wonderful memories. And Akira Toriyama, I just want to say thank you once again for everything. And I hope your stories continue to inspire people for generations to come. You'll be severely missed, bro.